Hello Freedom Finders. Today we're going to do a stress test on my solar system. It's a 200 watt solar system. I've got another video that describes the system, so I'm not going to go into that right here. What we're going to do is a stress test using an induction cooktop. And the induction cooktop has two modes. It has a mode where you set the temperature and it uses as much power as it needs, or a mode where you set the power. Because I want to have a defined load on the system, I'm going to use it in power mode, and I'm going to use 800 watts as the test to find out what this system is capable of. So test conditions: I'm outside, I'm in the sun, the solar panels are in the sun. There's some clouds, light clouds in the sky, very few of them, so the solar panels are seeing sun. Currently, my batteries are at 13.7 volts, they're fully charged. The panels are producing 41.3 volts. Currently, they're only bringing in 1.14 amps because there's no load on the system that's fully charged, so it's not bringing in much in the way of amperage. As soon as we start this test, we'll see that change dramatically. And the batteries are at 100%. So that's the beginning of the test conditions at the start. I'll revisit these during the process and also at the end. So here is the test setup. I have my induction cooktop, induction ready pan on top. There's some eggs. I have some cheese, some butter, and some corn tortillas. They're white corn tortillas. And we're just going to make a quick little omelet and see how the system does. What I'm going to do is set it up to run at 800 watts and find out how the system behaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my van clock. Right now it's showing 12:17. I'm going to put the butter in the pan to show you that it's not hot, and then we'll start the test. Okay, I have the butter standing on the corner. So clearly showing you that the pan is not hot already. $12:18, and we'll begin. I'll turn on the power. So power level 3 is 800 watts. And we see the butter immediately respond. A little bit of an angle here, so we're going to have to roll it around a bit. There's one egg. There's 2 eggs. Okay, and I'll let that go for a bit. I'll take you outside. So the battery is showing 12.4 volts. Immediately we see the effect of the load, that it has brought in to this point 6 amp hours. So battery showing 12.4 volts, 31 amps, I'm sorry, 31 volts at the panel. And we're bringing in 7.5 amps. And it dropped down pretty quickly to 64%, but I suspect that it will hover there quite well. Let's go back up on top. Throw some cheese on top of that. Spread it around. Throw the tortillas on top, just to warm them up. Melt the cheese. A little bit of sizzle in the pan. Starting to brown up just a little bit. Tortillas to the side. And that omelet is done. I'll hit the power. So the power shuts off, the fan remains running, but you can see that the indicator has gone off. The power indicator is showing that as soon as that fan shuts down. We'll go back out and we'll take a look at the settings on the charge controller. See where we're at. I'm going to remove this from the heat. Just set it on the table. And there we have it, quick omelet. From memory, this will run until it cools the surface down. Now the cooktop itself doesn't generate any heat, and there it goes, it's shut down. So let's go out and take a look at the charge controller and see how that's looking. I'm doing this in real time on purpose. You see my battery percentage is back at 99%, 13.2 volts, so it's down a little bit. Back at 100%, and the panels are still bringing in 7 amps until it goes to the float stage. It will continue to bring in power. We'll see that drop down as the need for that power decreases. So we're at 8 minutes into this test. Well, into the video. We're less into the test. And let's go take a look at the clock. Clock in the van shows 12:27. So again, I apologize for swinging you around and jumping up and down, but I wanted this test to be real time so that you see exactly how long it took to create an omelet using an induction cooktop with a 200-watt solar system. Don't let people tell you that you can't do this. It'll run that. Now, if you have a 700-watt microwave, no problem, you can run a 700-watt microwave on 200 watts of solar. You can't run it for a long time, but microwaves cook pretty fast anyway. The panels are seeing 33.7 volts. So right now batteries are at 13.4 volts. They'll keep going up till they get to 13.7 in the float stage, but that'll take a while. Now I'm not going to bore you just showing this. I'll stay on here for a bit. So the panels are at 33.8 volts. Slight bit of cloudiness, which is why we're seeing a little bit less on the panels, but we're still bringing in 6 amps. So I'm very satisfied with this stress test. Clearly you can run 800 watts on a 200-watt solar system for a short period of time and use an induction cooktop for cooking. And you saw how quickly that it cooked. So that's it for now. I'm not going to bore you. You can see that the hours are dropping continuously as the battery nears full completion of the charge cycle. Before very long, this thing will be back up to full 13.7 volts. It's at 13.5 now. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time and effort in watching my videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. And it's 12:47. And we're back to 13.7 volts.